Welcome back to the channel today. We are checking out the 1973 half-dollar coin from the United States. We will dive into what makes this coin valuable among collectors, and why it could be worth big money. Let's get started. To understand the 1973 half-dollar, we have to zoom out and look at the broader Kennedy half-dollar series. This coin was first minted in 1964, struck in 90% silver as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy, who was assassinated. In November 1963, the coin was so popular that people hoarded it, almost immediately making it difficult for the half-dollar to serve as a true circulating coin. From 1965 to 1970, the mint reduced the silver content to 40%, but still the public kept saving them. By 1971, silver was eliminated entirely, and the half-dollar was struck in the same copper-nickel clad composition we still see today. By the time we arrive at 1973, the coin was firmly established in its base metal form, but it had also lost its role in day-to-day commerce. Most vending machines did not accept them, and people were not used to spending 50-cent pieces anymore. That's why the mint largely directed 1973 Kennedy halves into collector products rather than into wide general circulation. This historical context explains why the 1973 issue remains intriguing. It exists in huge numbers, but it's not as easy to find in pocket change as many other dates. The design of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar is timeless and deeply symbolic. The obverse, designed by Gilroy Roberts, features a left-facing portrait of John F. Kennedy. His profile is clean, bold, and modern, capturing the youthful energy and charisma Kennedy represented. The word liberty frames the top of the coin, while the motto, "In God We Trust," sits prominently beneath Kennedy's chin, with the year 1973 engraved at the bottom. On the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparro, we see the presidential seal, a heraldic eagle clutching arrows in one talon to represent military strength, and an olive branch in the other to symbolize peace. The eagle is surrounded by a ring of stars representing the 50 states. The inscriptions "United States of America" and half-dollar complete the patriotic design. Together, these elements make the Kennedy half-dollar one of the most recognizable and beloved coins in U.S. history, and their 1973 issue proudly carries on that legacy. In terms of physical characteristics, the 1973 half-dollar follows the standard specifications introduced in 1971. It is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The total weight is 11.34 grams with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a reeded edge. Unlike its 1964 silver predecessor or the 40% silver special issues of the late 1960s, the 1973 coin contains no silver whatsoever. That means its intrinsic metal value is tied to base metals, not precious bullion, but its collectible worth comes from its historical and numismatic appeal rather than melt value. Even so, holding a Kennedy half in your hand has a satisfying heft, and collectors often point out that this denomination feels substantial compared to quarters, nickels, and dimes. It's part of what makes the half-dollar such a distinctive piece, and the 1973 issue is no exception. Now let's talk about mintage numbers and mint marks. The 1973 half-dollar was struck at 3 different mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver D and San Francisco S. Philadelphia produced over 64 million pieces. Denver produced about 83 million pieces, and San Francisco struck roughly 2.8 million proof coins. That a lot of half-dollars, but hear the twist. The 1,973 coins were not distributed into everyday circulation in the same way as previous years. Instead, the mint included them in special mint sets and proof sets sold to collectors. This means that although the mintage is high, finding a 1973 half-dollar in pocket change is rare because relatively few escape from sets. If you look closely at your coin, the mint mark is located on the obverse just beneath Kennedy neck proof coins, especially those from San Francisco, are sharply struck with mirror-like fields, making them stand out immediately when compared to regular circulation strikes. When it comes to value, most circulated 1973 Kennedy half-dollars are worth their face value of 50 cents since they are common and lack silver content. However, uncirculated coins, or those found in mint sets, can be worth more, typically in the range of $2 to $5 depending on condition. High-grade examples graded or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC can sell for $20 to $40 with particularly pristine Examples reaching into the higher double digits proof coins especially. Those with deep cameo contrast can fetch $10 to $30, with some graded examples bringing even more from serious collectors. So while your average worn 1973 half may not buy more, then a candy bar uncirculated or proof versions definitely carry collector. Premiums and errors or varieties can command significant prices as well. Collectors love error coins, and the 1973 Kennedy half dollar is no exception. Some examples exist with striking errors such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or clipped planches. These errors occur when a coin blank is not seated properly in the press, or when it is struck more than once, producing unusual and collectible results. Additionally, proof coins from the San Francisco Mint sometimes show variations in the S-Mint mark-filled or clear styles, which can add value for specialists. Values for error coins range widely. Minor errors might be worth $20 to $50, while dramatic mistakes can sell for hundreds of dollars. If you find a 1973 half dollar with something unusual about its strike, it could be much more valuable than you think. The 1973 half dollar appeals to collectors for several reasons. First, it represents the ongoing legacy of the Kennedy half dollar series, which continues to be one of the most collected U.S. coins. Second, its limited circulation release makes it an interesting year to include in a set. Many people collecting Kennedy halves by date and mint mark find that the 1973 issue is less common to find in circulation, and so they must obtain it through mint sets, proof sets, or coin dealers. That gives it a different feel compared to coins from earlier years which were more widely available. Collectors also enjoy searching 1973 mint sets for high-grade examples, or looking through proof sets for cameo contrasts. For beginners, it's an inexpensive but rewarding coin to add to a growing collection, while for advanced collectors it fills an important slot in a complete Kennedy half dollar run. If you own a 1973 Kennedy half dollar, especially in uncirculated or proof condition, you will want to make sure you store it properly. The number one rule of coin collecting is never clean your coins. Cleaning reduces their value significantly. Instead, protect your coin using a cardboard holder, an airtight capsule, or a coin flip. Proof coins should ideally remain in their original U.S. Mint packaging to retain maximum value. If you believe you have an unusually high-grade example, or perhaps a proof with exceptional cameo contrast, consider sending it to a professional grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. Having a coin graded and slabbed can authenticate it, protect it, and maximize its resale value in the collector marketplace. Preservation is key in numismatics, and the 1973 half dollar is no exception. In closing, the 1973 Kennedy half dollar may not be a silver coin, and it may not command huge premiums in most cases, but it is a fascinating and collectible piece of American numismatic history. Its design honors one of America's most beloved presidents. Its restricted circulation distribution makes it more interesting than some other dates, and its uncirculated and proof issues can carry real value for collectors, whether you have one in a collection, found one in an old jar of coins, or picked one up from a dealer. It's worth knowing what you have got and how to care for it. And remember, some errors or high-grade proofs can be worth much more than face value, so it pays to check carefully. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1973 half dollar, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. We have got lots more coin stories, values, and collecting tips coming your way, and you do not want to miss out. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.